Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video on my first time. And when I say my first time, I mean my first time losing my virginity or having sex. I feel like this video is very relatable to other women who have lost their virginity late in life. I lost my virginity at the age of 22. So come February, it would be a year from now that I had lost my virginity. So I just felt like I wanted to let other women know, or girls, if you feel like you're 18 and you're late and losing your virginity. I just wanted to let you all know that, you're not alone. You're not the only person, or you're not the odd one out who still has their virginity at a late age. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like it's such a huge part of growing up that you should keep your virginity until you're married or in love. It's like that's just something that's very greatly stressed, is virginity and keeping it, like remaining pure until marriage. And I just feel like for a lot of people that's not realistic. I'm gonna say most girls aren't gonna be 22 or even of legal age when they lose their virginity. So I just wanted to talk about my experience and open up to you guys, to let you know that you're not alone. So, like I mentioned, I lost my virginity at 22. I lost it to a friend of mine. You might ask, why did I wait so long? But, at little segments of my life, I was waiting for different things. I once was waiting for marriage. Marriage can't come without a relationship, because I had never been in a relationship before. So when was I ever going to get married, to be honest? I also waited because I just never got to that point with anybody. My first kiss was at 22, so it's like, when was I going to have sex with anybody? I never had a boyfriend. I had my first kiss late in life. And on top of that, I was just insanely involved with school, with extracurricular activities. Like, I played sports throughout all of high school, so it's like, when in the world was that ever going to happen? Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of girls at that time find time to do that kind of stuff. But it just didn't happen that way for me. So here I am at 22 years old, in February of 2015, with my friend. We had just got back from the movie theaters, and he asked if he should come upstairs. At first I tell him no, it's fine. When I get upstairs, I call him back, and I'm like, yes, come upstairs, park the car, and I'll come check you in. Because at the time I was living in my university dorm, and he had to be checked in. So he comes upstairs, and I wait so long, and I feel like it's just a huge disappointment for me. you know, you kind of don't know what to expect, but you do at the same time. And I guess from just watching movies, your expectations are just high to just be let down. And I guess what contributed to that was, on top of that, I didn't even like him like that. I didn't love him. And so, um, after that happened, I just felt like a burden was lifted off my shoulders. No, I didn't wonder anymore. I already knew. It was just a huge relief that I didn't have to wonder anymore. Like, I didn't have to wonder what it felt like. I didn't have to wonder what it felt like to, be intimate with someone. It was a learning experience. It taught me that I want to be with someone that I truly like, and it'll just make the experience a lot more worth it, like all the trouble you go through for nothing, you know. I remember at the time he thought I was not a virgin because that's what I implied to him. And I do think the situation would have been different had I been honest with him that I was a virgin. Our relationship just took a plunge, and we haven't really spoken since that time. I'd recommend, if you do decide, well, when you decide to lose your virginity, let him know. Don't lie to him or beat around the bush, because I feel like it definitely changes the situation. It changes how he acts afterward. Like, I remember afterward, it was in a twin size bed. In my dorm, we have twin size, extra large twin size beds, and those are like those really small beds that only fit one person. So I remember afterward, he laid on the floor, not with me in the bed. He laid on the floor, and he said he's gonna have to make a decision. He doesn't want to hurt me or hurt her, which ultimately led in us not talking anymore. But I'm not hurt. I wasn't really hurt, because we never had I never had those feelings toward him like he had toward me. But that's another story. So I just wanted to be a voice to say that basically it's okay that you're still 22 or older with your virginity. You're not the only one. You shouldn't feel like an outcast. If I could say anything, I would say wait until you truly feel the time is right. Don't do it from curiosity or pressure. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment below or send me a message if you feel like I missed something and I should have elaborated on it. Just let me know. Thanks for watching.